the remote energy saving system. Our original brief was to produce a system that was able to let people analyze, predict, and hopefully reduce their home energy consumption using a variety of devices that we provided by a company called AlepMe. This has become more of an important issue in recent years, with 30% of all energy being consumed in the homes often being wasted. So we thought this was a nice project to be implementing. One other important point about it is that users need to have the information displayed to them in a way that they're not going to lose interest too quickly, but they're provided with enough information to actually act upon it. I just thought I'd talk a bit about AlertMe. They provided us with all the hardware that we used. They also provided us with the web API interface to allow us to write our programs and access the numbers that were provided. We had a hub which uses a Zigbee wireless low-power network to connect to various devices, including smart plugs, which monitor the total current running through one particular socket, and clamps, which is still in a very prototype stage, that's the picture on the right, that monitor the amount of current by induction through a cable running into someone's house. So you'd attach it over somewhere by your meter. Now, this was all okay, all the stuff we were given, but we had to come up with a way of collecting all of this data and using it. So we wrote a persistent Java server that is currently, hopefully still running, on a server in Finland, but yeah. Right. This used XML RPC requests to connect to the AlertMe servers, go, can I have the information for this particular device? And then we stored it in our own MySQL database. Once a day, all this data is collated together, sorted, and we then put it back into the database to be read by the website so that you can draw graphs based on it and produce tips. When a user logs into the system, they are very quickly shown whether they're using a lot of electricity or not, using this simple green to red graph. Green means good and red means bad. So they log in and they see, oh, it's in red, let's turn it all down to the green. Or for each of their devices, they can also see whether or not that's using a particularly large amount of energy. They're also provided with historic data for the last 3 days. Now, the switch on and switch off buttons, if you click either of them, will send a request to the hub to turn that particular socket on or off. So if anyone was upstairs, they could see that we had this lamp that was turning on and off whenever we felt like clicking the button. We also implemented a timetable feature, which allows users to select various times during the day in 1 hour slots over a week to decide when they want something off. So if they're going on holiday, they can have things turning on and off to deter burglars from breaking in. The AlepMe system is originally a security system that they've extended to include this. So yeah. An important point of it is to produce information that the users can understand. The graph at the top on the left shows data for the month of March in terms of the number of light bulbs, energy-saving light bulbs that you've consumed. Because it's okay to tell someone that they've used 10 kilowatt hours, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything to a user. If you tell them that they use the equivalent of 400 light bulbs during a day, then they very quickly get the message that they should be turning something off. We also allowed for monitoring of individual devices, where you move sockets around and monitor them separately by testing it for a day, switching it, putting it to something else. Now, one extra feature that we implemented towards the end that wasn't part of our original acceptance criteria was a Twitter interface that lets people monitor their usage by having it put on Twitter, and you can compete with your friends to attempt to get the least energy consumed. Yeah, so was our project a success? This is the first time this project has been done, so we had to be quite creative about the features that we were going to do, and we did end up meeting all of our acceptance criteria, including the extra Twitter features, which were put on the end. So our project was overall a success, and I'd like to see this one done again next year for see how someone else does it. Which leaves me just to say that if you ever happen to be in space and you've realized that you've left your TV on, then with our system you can pick up your iPhone, log into our website, and turn it off remotely. Okay? Thank you very much.